Orion. Yeah, sorry. Orion is underneath the gate, the constellation Orion. Now, what's underneath Orion is this rabbit named Lepus. I don't know, Lepus. I don't know his name, but a rabbit. Now, those that know about Alice in Wonderland, it's very important. You think, well, Mac, what are you talking about, Alice in Wonderland? Well, Alice in Wonderland talks about Alice entering to a hole, well, following a white rabbit and entering into a hole. Now, if those that did they study on CERN knows about the place, is a place called Alice over there. And Alice is, and you see CERN is like a circle. It's like a circle hadron collider that is colliding, trying to get all the dark matter as they can for a purpose. They ain't accumulating all those dark matter for a purpose. One thing I want y'all to understand: where there's evil, there's a purpose. And where there's a purpose concerning evil, they call it a plot. And where there's a plot there's a plan. There's a something is being orchestrated for a purpose that you need to understand, that they're supposed to, that will catch you off guard if you are not paying attention. Now follow me. It's a rabbit named Lepus. Now, I did messages on this concerning Kanye West's recent video that you might see on YouTube, that he did a short story that this person falls down on the heavens, dressed as a bird, and she is a bird, and that bird, I tell people, is the phoenix. Now, the rulers of darkness in this world, which follow the ancient Egyptian ways, they are trying to prepare for the phoenix to come. You know what I'm saying? They're preparing for the phoenix to come. And that's what this whole thing, and of course, I hope you know the White House has been worshiping Isis and Osiris for a long time. Isis is the White House in building, and Osiris is the obelisk of the Washington Monument. I hope you know that your country has been worshiping Isis and Osiris for a long time. Anyway, now the thing is, what you need to understand now, and if you did study on Washington, D.C., if you look at the ley lines charts, that there are so many ley lines all through Washington, D.C., and if you know about the design pattern of Washington, D.C., that is designed in so many kind of sacred geometry ways and stuff like that, for a purpose that you need to understand concerning Satan's plan, or Satan's plot, I call it. Well, now the Silver Gate is it's going to be in between Gemini and Taurus. Now Taurus, of course, was May, and is in May, but it will extend to Gemini. It's Gemini. Today is the first day of Gemini. Gemini, the way that Silver Gate is like right in between Gemini and Taurus. Now, this movie that's coming out, that I remember looking into Google and researching what is the Illuminati and Freemasons are up to. And this person had a video. Matter of fact, it was a video that was talking about the September 23rd. It was talking about the September 23rd when they had these, numbered the September 23rd to September. The person was talking about this movie, Alice looking through the glass. I think Alice looking through the glass, something like that. I think he was talking about this movie No, it's a she. She was talking about this movie. That this movie, what is it describing? And another person talked about the movie. Another video of a man. I just hit my mind right there. Man talking about this movie, and this movie talking about a lot of significance to a lot of things that is based upon CERN. Based upon CERN. And now based upon CERN, and where this movie, when this movie starts, it starts May 26th on Thursday. Now today is May 22, and now May 26th is really near that, between where I was looking at that map at the constellation. It looks like where the Silver Gate is located at in the constellation. You know what I'm saying? It's like right in between Taurus and Gemini. Right now we're in Gemini. But the thing is, they're having that movie right on May 26th. Now, this movie and what they were saying can precede a whole lot of chain of events that might happen. I'm saying it might happen concerning the kingdom of darkness plan. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, this is not the time to be asleep, guys. It's time to follow the scriptures. It's time to follow the word of God. Keep telling y'all, we need to get ready for war. You know, get ready for war. Spiritual warfare. But spiritual warfare, the way that I, research and find out, it's going to be more than just spiritual war. It's going to be like natural and the spiritual coming intertwined. You know what I'm saying? Just like, just like the movie they did, Disney movie with George Clooney and that girl, Wonder World or something like that. Is that, the spirit, you know what I'm saying, and the natural emerges, you know what I'm saying? You think you out in a land, but all of a sudden you're in a place like that. It's going to be some kind of sequence that's supposed to take place that it will, I'm showing you, it will proceed to the kingdom of darkness plan, you know what I'm saying, or trap that they have ready for it, those that are not prepared for this, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you say, well, oh, Mac, where's the scriptures? Where are the scriptures? Look, 1 Thessalonians 5. Paul told us at the end of 1 Thessalonians 5 for every brethren to read this chapter. You know what I'm saying? That in Thessalonians 5, it tells us that, they shall say peace and safety, but all of a sudden destruction shall come. But Paul warns us that we must be in the light. You know what I'm saying? And we must put on the armor. You know what I'm saying? In this chapter. And it's this thing that's going to come all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that is just they're going to tell you. And of course, they're not going to tell you, but you need to see the signs and the patterns of what's going on concerning the heavens. Like I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? The Bible, God said, and Jesus said, we must look at the signs in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? The signs in the heavens will show you to what is to come. You know what I'm saying? That y'all are not aware of, to what extent of how Satan is going to do this. See, and Jesus said, whatever is going to happen, it's going to put fear in men's hearts. And men's hearts going to be so afraid, you know what I'm saying? They might experience heart failure. It's going to be something so catastrophically crazy that men are not going to bear what's going to happen. Now, I've been telling y'all, and everybody a lot of YouTube videos, if you look at YouTube, been telling y'all about the return of the Nephilim. The Nephilim is returning. You know, whether y'all don't want to believe it or y'all don't know about it or not, because they keep all this in darkness, keep this all the secret. They didn't put the book of Enoch in the Bible. They're keeping everything in secret, but they are coming. They are coming. And I keep telling y'all that this whatever Satan got prepared, it's going to be catastrophically way more bigger than whatever y'all ideal that it is going to be about, like a new world order or, you know, martial law and all that. Oh, that will proceed, but it's way bigger than that. This is way bigger than that because they're keeping it in darkness. Now, let me teach y'all about the ideal of spiritual darkness and what they know about keeping things in darkness. You know what I'm saying? See, what y'all don't know about, they talk about Greek mythology or wrong mythology. Reason why they call it mythology and say it never existed is they want you to get to know something that did exist, but they want you to know it to acknowledge it. See, what you don't understand, the power of acknowledgement that God taught me about concerning even Proverbs 3 and 5 and 6, I believe. It says, "In all thy ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your path." See, what the kingdom of darkness is doing, they created a system that you know about, I guess, the alphabet and the words and everything derived from gods and goddesses, that you speak this language, that you will bring things that will acknowledge the gods. And in that acknowledgement that I keep telling you about, the days of the week, you know what I'm saying, named after gods and goddesses, they need you to acknowledge them to get that power. So what? They can direct your path. And direct your path to what? Darkness and a bunch of nonsense, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? They've been strategizing and got, as y'all can see, you know what I'm saying, they've been getting a foothold, and you be seeing all this bad stuff, people doing all this crazy stuff, people doing all this stuff. Why? That's crazy. That's because they are empowered to acknowledge people to do that silly and stupid, crazy stuff that Paul's telling us about. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and the powers and the rulers of darkness in this world, and the spiritual wickedness in high places. The spiritual wickedness in high places are the gods and goddesses that has been getting people and whispering people. I told people, they come when you asleep and they whisper to people. They whisper and tell, and mainly that's where they get so much of your mind. You know what I'm saying? And when they whisper in your ear to do certain crazy stuff, and you start believing it, and that darkness that you inside your heart start coming in agreement with your mind, and that's how they start developing you to want do the things of sin, to motivate you to sin and do more sin. That I did videos about that idea, about how the sequence works concerning the spiritual wickedness in high places, how much role they play to keep us into darkness, keep you in the spirit, in the kingdom of darkness. And the thing is, they keep y'all in darkness for this purpose and this plan and this plot that is going to maybe be executed near 26. Because I found out that the rulers of darkness know a lot of things, because Satan was the architect of the universe. God gave him that position, and he knows about how the stars and where they're placed at, and knows how to execute certain things based upon the stars, you know what I'm saying, in the heavens. That's why they utilize, you know, horoscopes, and that's evil. Horoscopes are evil. Now, the zodiac is not evil. The zodiac is created by God, that Satan used and perverted. That I hope you know that. These guys, they are planning on something on this day. This is a lot of significance that I'm seeing concerning that the time period and events of this Alice movie. And if anybody know about the Alice movie and how the Alice movie parallels to, you know, CERN concerning the Hadron Collider and producing all that antimatter for a purpose, you know what I'm saying, that's going to get crazy. That may precede the Phoenix, because that's what they're waiting on. That's what keeps secret, you know. They're waiting for the Phoenix to come to bring back Osiris and Isis and all kind of evil sun gods. That's what the sun god worship is all about. They're trying to bring back all these people here. Yeah, is that crazy? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell you, the White House is the temple of Isis, and the Oblast is, of course, Osiris, you know, And that's what was going on concerning this, what the plan of darkness. But we need to be of the light. We need to get in the light. And that's what's up with that. But that's the message. To God be the glory. Here from Jesus' name, amen.